All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to all the Akim out there preaching His word in truth and sincerity. All right, so we back with another video, and this article right here is basically showing you how this year, since the year of Karagma, everything is going towards the mark of the beast, the RFID chip and that technology. All right, everything you're seeing things start to be more geared towards the chip. I know, like I think a week or two ago, I had did a video going into how people were doing it with the Bart Clipper card, taking the chip out of there, making jewelry or whatnot. And now this article is going into the how with debit cards at first it was just used always swiping them, but then they canceled all the swiping cards and they mandated every card have an RFID chip in here to stick into the machines or wherever you go to. And now they're going to start another thing where it doesn't even have you don't have to stick it inside of nothing, you just tap and go. All right, so it's just showing you they're making like strategic steps towards implementing the mark of the beast pretty much, because tap and go is the same difference as you having the chip in your hand. You just basically tap and go, the same difference because you had a chip directly in your hand. All right, so I'm gonna read a little bit of this article and we're gonna bring out some precepts. So this is an article from Tier Sheet, and it says the heading: the Wells Fargo introduces tap to pay cards, joins big bank move to contactless. And it says Wells Fargo launched contactless consumer credit and debit cards. The new cards will allow customers to complete a transaction quickly with a single tap at millions of merchants, including transit systems around the world that accept contactless payments. Later this year, customers will also be able to tap to initiate an ATM transaction at Wells Fargo's more than 13,000 ATMs across the nation. So they're, making this happen this year. All right. That's a lot. And it says, what's the big deal? Contactless cards have been de rigueur in many markets around the world for years. 90% of face-to-face credit card transactions in Australia, for example, are contactless. The US was slow in adopting chip and PIN technology, which required merchants to use new hardware. Once that was in place, going contactless requires new types of cards to be issued. Wells Fargo is the number one debit card issuer by purchase and transaction volume, according to the Nielsen report. JP Morgan Chase said last year that it would move its entire card portfolio to contactless. The new contactless features add speed and convenience to the checkout experience. We believe customers will adopt this as an alternative to cash. This is both simple and secure, said Ed Cadlitz, head of Wells Fargo Deposit Products Group. We are excited to offer our customers who use their Wells Fargo debit card more than 8.8 billion times per year a new payment option that they can use at a growing number of merchants as well as Wells Fargo ATMs. And you see how it's always every time they're introducing the chip, it's always far as convenience, and they talking about how it's more secure as well. So you just tap and go, so you don't have to type in a pin no more. Because now when you stick in your chip into the little chip reader, you still have to type in your pin, the pin code or whatever. But with the tap and go, you just stick it right up, and it just automatically process everything, All right, and it's all about making it convenient. And like I said, it mentioned the part about money. It's all about making a cashless society, Speak Yeah, it says it's where it says customers will adopt this as an alternative to cash that is both simple and secure. So it's all about making the chip is all about you having that as an alternative to cash. All right, because then it's going to be looked at as you're like a a crook or a thief or something if you carrying cash. Once everything start going paperless, all right. Because when you use cash, you could do money laundering, or get money under the table and whatnot. And Esau knows that. That's why he's trying to make everything go digital with the money, so you can track all your whatever you're doing. Oh, you was gonna say something?
No, exactly what I was gonna say. You can't track the physical money.
Mm-hmm.
Digital money. You can keep that. You can keep tabs on that, like the brother's going into, like what the article's going into as well. You know, and ultimately that's the new wave. Which is for a reason. All right, to fulfill the prophecy, the very last prophecy, which we are the year of that prophecy, the year of Karagma, and that being the mark of the beast. Okay, that's what it's all heading towards, and that's what this that's what the Lord set up Esau for this time to do and to establish, so they can ultimately press out the that chip, which we know what it's coming towards. I got a quick precept if you don't mind.
Yep.
It's Daniel 12 and 4. It says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end.
Mm-hmm.
Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased."
Yeah, and that book was talking about the scriptures, and then knowledge is being increased, which is going on now.
Technology.
Because technology and everything is being increased to a point that it hasn't been at before.
Yep.
Like what 30 years ago or so.
Yep.
It wasn't even no computers and cell phones out like there is now. But then it all just increased rapidly. Because we're at the end. All right. That's why knowledge is being increased. All right.
Yeah, and what the brother's going into in the article is saying the transitions that it made.
Mm-hmm.
Going from a clip card or.
Yeah, basically like from cards where you just swiping them, or where you inserting it in a machine where you still have to put the pin in there. Now it's saving you even more time. You just tap and go. That's like the phrase they use.
That's Esau coming with some more so-called new, improved, and convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, with this one you don't have to type in a pin. You can just type and go. Or this it gets facial recognition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is fingerprint.
It's secure.
Yeah, it's secure. Nobody can steal it. It's yours. Oh, we got this new this. We got the 5G. All these new technologies. Ultimately gearing pressing more towards what? Less towards your device and more towards you.
Mm-hmm.
You are the device.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring out that quick precept.
And they're doing the same thing with the real ID.
Yep.
Oh, this is proving that you're you and that you're not a terrorist or you got a warrant or something on you, just so they can keep track of you. It's just all another. Basically, it's all about going towards you though.
Yep.
This go back in the article in the section where it says where this is headed. It says Wells Fargo's move to contactless should encourage more consumers to start using this technology. Many merchants experience a rise in transactions when they make contactless available. This technology may also replace cash transactions too. And this it shows you like earlier up in the article it's saying that America was slow. Like basically they're the last ones getting on to this, because out there in Sweden,
Yep.
I had seen a documentary before on out there. Basically, it's damn near nowhere you can go where you can use money. It's like you got to go through all type of hoops and hurdles just to find somewhere to get money. Because everybody is at the point out there to where they only accept digital money. It's no cash. It's accepted. And they basically saying in the article further up, which they mentioned, they said that America was slow to get on with this the movement, so to speak, because they had to replace all their older systems and get more up to date. Yet they're making that happen, and that's why it's going into how it's going to replace cash transactions, and a lot of people they're all for it. That's why it says that many merchants experience a rise in transactions when they make contactless available, because a lot of people they don't carry cash on these days because these people are just all about the new trend, going whatever goes going with the wave of society, all right, wherever it carries them. That's why everybody there now most people don't even carry cash on them like it says in the article. because they always have a card on them.
Yep, it's more convenient, and you're traveling light. You
Yep.
know, you don't have to carry all that amount of cash on hand when you can have that amount of cash on the chip.
Hmm.
You know.
It says the new contactless feature adds speed and convenience to the checkout experience. We believe customers will adopt this as an alternative to cash that is both simple and secure, said Ed Cadlis, head of Wells Fargo Deposit Products Group. We are excited to offer our customers who use this Wells. Oh, that's the same statement they said earlier. Who use their Wells Fargo debit card more than 8.8 billion times per year, a new payment option that they can use at growing number of merchants as well as Wells Fargo's ATMs. But it shows you, it reiterated it twice, showing you that it's all about what, making it so-called more convenient. All right, that's the start of the Duke's quote. It says it adds speed and convenience to checkout experience, and that's really what people all about. It shows you in these different little commercials that Esau has as well that have been out there about the paying with a chip or something. Everybody else they just paying with the chip or like tapping and going with their card, and then the guy come up with the money and shit, and you just slow up the whole process. Everybody looking at you like, man, this motherfucker, he's slowing. Like I could just be in and out. Now I gotta wait for you to get your change counted up. You count up your money, this and that. That everybody gonna look at you like a weirdo. Basically, if you when you it's gonna get to that point because everything is going to be moving towards cashless, and that's the spirit that the apostles deemed this year, the year of Charagma, and it shows you that this is actually an agenda that's going on this year.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly how Esau set it up. He set this society up like this so you people could easily gear towards this chip, gear towards this his form of the a solution, because he created the problem. Just like you show everything is a racket nowadays. Here it is. Esau has created a fast paced society.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fast. Everything's quick, fast, in a hurry. Instant gratification. I need it now. No patience for it. I need to eat now. I need to get to
Yeah,
my destination now.
that's like if I can say it real quick, the fast track out
Yeah,
here.
I was about to get to that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, no, 'cause that's all. That all culminates to the whole, to all together.
yep.
Transactions and interactions and getting to where you need to be. Like the brother was just referencing the fast track. When that first was established, I was looked at as a way for you to save money save money and time crossing the bridge, you know. But not even that's a racket.
Mm-hmm.
Yet that's his form of what, making things more convenient, like this card situation. Like they got a commercial, which they're doing with the different stores is what cashless checkouts. You know,
Yeah,
they
the
got
Amazon Go
Amazon.
stores.
Yep, Spirit. All these are all they all have they all have they all correlate with each other. You know, it all is gonna come down to one thing. You know, that chip. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not coincidental. Esau is doing this all strategically and purposely for you simple ass people to think, oh man, well that would make sense. Not even seeing why this is so much of a problem. It's because of the Red Hebrew Edomite and how he has created this society to be uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
to be difficult, not to be simple and plain, all right, and easy going. You know that you people are simple anyway, man. So they're simple believe everything. You know.
Yep. I had a quick scripture. This
Yeah.
is Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world,
Yep.
but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yeah, that's what Esau. That's what Esau uh, uh, attempts to. Well, he causes to happen with these Babylonians, with all this new form of technology and new form of living, and demoralization. All right, the society of today, Generation Z, as they call it. All right, he teaches you what to conform, get with the new times. All right, no, forget about the old times. Forget about what the scriptures say. All right. Oh well, I understand you were used to doing this, having cash all the time. Well, you need to get with the digital age, the chip. All right, you know, get with technology. All right. Well, the scriptures speak against that. You know, Can you read that one more time, Baba Kashaw?
It says, "And be not conformed to this world,
Yeah, be not conformed to, which means to be with the form of this world. All right, go ahead, I.
but be transformed by the renewing of your mind."
Yeah, transform. All right, we're supposed to be separate, separate from the society. All right, separate from the ways of this world. Because guess what? Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the vibration of this world is geared towards nothing but wickedness, and getting you to conform to that way of wickedly living, which is really just dying. It's a death style. All right. So we are to be transformed with the renewing of our minds, which is your heart, your mind, our spirit. Ultimately, with what these scriptures, okay, with the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We have to constantly, and that's why it's a daily thing. You know, praying, reading, listening to videos, pressing out videos. All right, meditating and giving upon meditation of the scriptures, man, because the society teaches you otherwise. All right, to pretty much govern yourself outside of the scriptures, man. You know.
Mm-hmm. It says, "But be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. So we're not supposed to be with this society and the wickedness thereof, man. We're supposed to be completely adverse against it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and speaking out against it as well.
Yep.
You know.
We're supposed to be holy, which is separate.
Yep.
You're separate from this world.
That's right. That's right. You know. And that's why all these dumbass people they're with every little thing that goes down here. All right. LGBTQ, whatever, Z, the whole little nonsense they got pressing out, the newest form of technology. Everybody's with it. The way of eating, music, art, the Babylonian way of dealing. That's why it says in Micah 2:10, depart. All right, we're not supposed to conform with this wicked ass society. We're supposed to spiritually depart and transform our minds with the renewing of our spirits in the scriptures, man. All right, being holy, being totally separate from the society and the ways thereof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is one more section on the article, and but where it says transit is a great use case. It says contactless is a technology that is made for people on the go. Using it to move through public transportation has been a major use case in European and Asian cities. Several major U.S. transit systems already accept contactless payments. Later this year, the New York Metropolitan Transit Authorities has a planned 18-month rollout to support contactless payments at turnstiles and on buses across the city. The MTA will join Portland's TriMet Transit Authority and Chicago's CTA in accepting contactless payments.
See, everybody's conforming.
Yep.
It's a rollout program. This is what Esau does on you, and that's how you know he can do it to you people, because he's been getting you to conform ever since he's been in power.
Mm-hmm.
He's been chipping away little by little at your morals,
Yep.
at the things that you accept. All right, he putting women in power, putting homosexuals, transgenders, all these were pretty much seeing how far you can go with you people. All right, seeing are they going to conform, or are they going to buck up? And you people have been conforming all the way up to this very moment. How much more when he presses the chip out, which he's going to do? You people are going to totally be with it. You people are already with it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, this is just showing you that he literally has an agenda that he's starting on this year, the year of Karakma. He's rolling out that agenda this year to transition everything in society to be contactless, which is forcing it to the point to where you have to have the chip in order to function in society. That's how you know Revelation's 13th chapter goes into the technology that the article is mentioning, the RFID chip. Because what else can you use to buy and sell? It literally said to basically to make you maneuver through society more easier.
What else? Well, what else is everybody else? What else is the world using as a form of buying and selling?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you know.
And it said that the America basically they're the last ones hopping on, basically. All right, everybody else they already on that. Australia, China, all right, out there in Sweden and Europe and all that.
Yep.
All right, America's the last one getting on the wave, so to speak. Now they're changing up literally everything to where everything going contactless.
Yep.
All right, and you have to use. And after everything go contactless, next thing is going to be what? Them actually saying you have to have the chip inside of you.
Yep.
You know, it ain't going to just be cool to have a contactless card or using your phone app to pay. All right, Samsung Pay, Apple Pay, Google Pay, all this other stuff. No, they're going to say that it's going to slowly be, but surely, moving towards having the chip directly inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all an agenda. You see in the article, it's literally saying they already have a rollout plan from this, like a 18-month rollout plan, forcing everything to go contactless. Yeah. So you see that that the mark of the beast is talking about the RFID technology, man. All right, there's nothing else out there that's just being used globally across the whole world, not even just in America or China. This is globally, all right, across the whole world.
I got a quick precept. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, "We Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices."
Yeah, we're not ignorant of his devices because we already know how he's coming. All right, the scriptures told us. All right, and we know his devices that he's coming with. So all this technology that he's using, we know exactly what it's set up for, man. And that's to do what? To implement the mark of the beast. All right, it's setting up the whole society to already be set up to where if everything is a tap and go, what's the difference between using a card or your phone or using your hand, Yep. The only difference is actually putting the chip inside of you at that point because all the technology is already going to be laid out, so to speak.
Yep, and then they're going to have another excuse. Well, what if you lose your phone? What if you lose your ID? What if you lose your card? Well, we just got to put it in you. We just got to put the chip inside of you. Cause what's going to be it's going to be another problem. All right. Because there's constantly been problems, right? All with the phone, the card. So the next phase is that him implanting that Rfid microchip with inside of your body, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last step. And that's exactly what it's building up to.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was the point. Sure.
Yeah, well, we can wrap it up on that.
All right. Well, Jake close it on this then through the Spirit. Revelation 13:16.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the end this is the end goal.
Yep.
This is Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads,
mm-hmm.
and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark of or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Yeah, and that mark that's talking about is the RFID chip.
Yep.
Like the article is going into, it's literally used to buy and sell. And if you don't have it, clearly you're not going to be able to function in society. So what else could it be talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It's not talking about none of that other madness that other groups out there be saying. All right, this is actually talking about the RFID chip technology that's being used globally.
Yep.
All right, and that's exactly that's the spirit that the apostles deemed as year to year charagma. All right, and you see that Esau actually has an agenda that he's a rollout plan that he started in this year to transition everything to tap and go, which is basically everything to be to the point to where it's just RFID technology. Mm-hmm. No more cash. All right, eventually no more cars. All right.
Yep.
Everything's moving towards the mark of the beast technology, pretty much.
They say man and machine.
Mm-hmm.
They're already doing away with physical with customers and everything. Everything's being robots, chips. All right. Less interactions and more so-called convenient transactions.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what it is, man. All right, and we according to Amos the third chapter, the Lord revealed the secrets unto His servants the prophets. All right, and that's why it's our job as the prophets to be what, to be on watch and to warn the flock, man, of information like this. All right, of moves that the devil is plotting to make and moves that he's actually making. His
Mm-hmm.
little rollout plan ultimately for what? For this Rfid microchip, man, the mark of the beast.
Yep.
You know, that's right. So hey, yeah, that's it. You know,
Yeah. Hey, so as you can see, this is the year of Karagma, and it's a spiritual reason that the apostles deemed it this year the year of Karagma. All right, this is actually being input. All these things are being implemented this year. That's going towards the actual mark of the beast. All right. So with that,
yep.
we're gonna give our praises again to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, and Shalom to all the Akim out there preaching His word in truth and sincerity. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.